Let me say something plainly that many people over 30 feel but rarely say out loud. It's not that you've become lazier. It's not that you've lost determination. It's that motivation no longer works the way it used to. And that is not your fault. When you're young, motivation is like fuel. You have dreams, you have goals, you feel that if you just push a little harder, everything will open up. Motivation works then because life is lighter, fewer constraints, fewer long-term consequences. You can try, fail, and start again. After 30, the structure of life changes. Responsibilities appear, financial obligations, people who depend on you, social expectations, and motivation, the thing that once pushed you forward, starts to weaken. Not because you don't want to, but because wanting is no longer enough. After 30, you don't just pay with tiredness, you pay with future time. Each wrong decision is no longer just a lesson. It can cost a year, 2 years, sometimes an entire decade. Motivation works when risk is low. When risk is high, people need structure. Many try to solve this by searching for more motivation. They watch inspirational videos, set bigger goals, force themselves to try harder. But the more they push, the more exhausted they become. Not because they are weak, but because they are using the wrong tool for this stage of life. Motivation is emotion. Structure is a system. Emotions come and go. Systems stay. After 30, life doesn't need you to explode with intensity. It needs you to endure. And endurance doesn't come from motivation. It comes from designing a life where you don't have to constantly push yourself. Here's a difficult truth to accept. If you need motivation every single day just to live your life, then that life may be demanding too much from you. A well-designed life does not require constant motivation to sustain it. Many people confuse discipline with self-forcing. Discipline is not doing hard things every day through sheer willpower. Discipline is reducing the number of times you have to use willpower. It is designing your environment, finances, and schedule so that the right choice feels more natural than the wrong one. After 30, the problem is not that you're not trying hard enough. The problem is that you're trying within a structure that was never designed for who you really are. Money plays a major role here, not because money is the goal, but because money determines pressure. When all expenses are fixed, when all obligations are non-negotiable, you are forced to rely on motivation just to survive. And motivation was never meant to sustain survival over the long term. When life requires motivation just to stand still, that is a sign the structure is wrong. After 30, many people don't lack ability. They lack breathing room. Without breathing room, you can't think long term. You only react. And reacting always requires motivation, because it goes against the human desire to be at rest. This is why many say they've lost motivation, when in reality they've lost direction. When you no longer see clearly where you're going, no amount of motivation is strong enough to pull you forward. A well-designed life doesn't require you to constantly convince yourself to push a little more. It gives you the feeling that every step has meaning, even when progress is slow. Motivation helps you start. Structure helps you continue. After 30, instead of asking, how do I get more motivation? The better question is, how can I design my life so I don't need so much motivation? The answer is usually found in reducing fixed pressure, releasing expectations that don't belong to you, and redesigning the relationship between money, time, and energy. You don't need to become stronger. You need a lighter life. And lighter does not mean easy. Lighter means less forced, less resistance against yourself, less performing the role of someone who is always okay. After 30, success is not about moving fast. Success is about not burning out along the way. If you're listening to this and recognize yourself in it, remember this. The fact that motivation no longer works does not mean you've lost your ability. It means you've entered a phase that requires design, not pressure. And when you design it correctly, you won't need motivation to live your life anymore. You'll simply continue.